Hello, my name is Abby and welcome back to the Space Exploration Agency. Today we are flying to the moon in order to begin to measure some gravitational forces for the purpose of completing the contract, conduct gravimetric surveys of the moon. I have to record gravitational forces at 5 different locations, and yeah, this is what we will start today. And the rocket stands ready, so I can now adjust the throttle, enable SAS, and in 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Wow, that's amazing. I am always so amazed by the 2 strap-on boosters. That's fantastic. That's so beautiful. And in general, the whole space launch system is so amazing. It's such a beautiful piece of technology. I'm so happy that I have designed this at some point. And yeah, I can now begin the gravity turn. And well, in this configuration, the SLS might be even a little bit too powerful with those 2 strap-on boosters. But on the other hand, I like to save as much fuel as possible, as I like to use the upper stage for the purpose of doing the trans-lunar burn and also for the powered descent to the surface of the moon for the first landing. And yeah, in this case I decided to go for the 2 strap-on boosters, and soon they will run out of fuel, and then I can throttle up my main engine and use the central core booster for the remainder of the flight. Alright, we have now reached that point. Goodbye strap-on boosters, and I think I have to expedite a little bit my gravity turn. Wow, and this booster is really powerful. We can now switch to a more spectacular view. Wow, that's fantastic. That's really amazing. What a great view. Down there's Kerbal Space Center, down there's the runway. Wow, that's fantastic. That's so great. And the booster is really powerful with this small payload. And yeah, in general, the SLS has done so many great things for the Space Exploration Agency. It helped us so many times to accomplish our goals because yeah, it's so powerful. It has a huge capacity, and that's really amazing. And okay, I am now shooting into space, and wow, I have already an apoapsis of 80 kilometers, so I think I can even turn over to maybe 15 degrees on the nav ball. Alright, that's good. That's really good. And as usual, I like to have an apoapsis of about 100 kilometers. And stop. Alright, we will reach the apoapsis in about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Alright, I can set a marker up there. And how we are doing on fuel. Oh yeah, down there is Kerbal Space Center, a fantastic view back to the launch pad. And wow, we have plenty of fuel left. That's fantastic. So soon we will reach space, and in this case I think I can rearrange a little bit the staging, because now I like to jettison the fairing before I will jettison the central core booster. Alright, we are now in space, so goodbye fairing, and there is my probe. It's, well, a pretty standard probe. It's not that spectacular, but it has everything it needs. It has some landing struts, it has a huge fuel tank, and I think the most important thing is hidden in the service bay. It has 4 experiments so that we can measure the gravitational forces, and it has even a heat shield because I like to return the probe to Kerbin, but I'm not quite sure if I do have enough fuel to do this. We will see. We are still more than 1 minute away from the apoapsis, so I can do a quick time warp. And wow, I'm all the time so amazed by this fantastic view when I can look down to Kerbal Space Center, when I see the continent of Kerbal Space Center. And alright, now it's time to throttle the engine up again. And yeah, I have to be careful that I'm not inserting the central core booster into an orbit. This would be bad. I like to see the thing dropping back into the atmosphere and disintegrating during this process. And we are now getting really close to orbital velocity. But yeah, it will burn out before we will reach orbital velocity. That's fantastic. Alright, I can now jettison it. Goodbye, and I can get rid of this. So the apoapsis is now at 107 kilometers. Okay, that's fantastic. I can start the first stage, the upper stage, not the first stage. All right, and ooh, there's our target. There's the moon. That's good. And yeah, I'm all the time so amazed. We are still on a suborbital trajectory, but it's so beautiful to see how we are flying away from Kerbal Space Center. And yeah, we have already crossed this ocean, and that's so amazing. This is all the time what really amazes me when I launch a rocket. That's wow, so beautiful. It's yeah, amazing, just amazing. And okay, I think I can do a quick time warp to get a little bit closer to the apoapsis. All right. So let's insert the probe into an orbit. All right. There's the periapsis. And cut the engine. So 109 by 106. Almost a perfect circular orbit. That's fantastic. And okay, now we can plan our flight to the moon. And yeah, almost at the ascending node could be the point for our translunar burn. Let me see. Yeah, this is looking good. Okay, a bit more. Like, oh dear, that's too much. Oh dear, that's very 133, 43, too much. 2 kilometers, bit too low. 7 still too low. 12, all right, that's good, that's good. Now I'm happy, all right. So, yeah, this is my probe. And it's, well, it's pretty basic. It's nothing special, but I hope it will get the job done and can hopefully measure most or even all of the locations I have to visit. This would be really, really fantastic. And okay, now it's time to reach the maneuver node and to do our translunar burn. All right, just a couple of minutes to go. And 1 minute, easy. Okay, now I can turn the spacecraft around. Alright. Just a few seconds, and here we go. Alright. We are conducting our translunar burn, and wow, there is... We're executing our translunar burn, and there is the moon. There's the moon. That's fantastic. The moon is rising. Wow, cool. I like it. It's all the time so spectacular, and I'm all the time so happy to fly from Kerbin to the moon, and from moon back to Kerbin, and so on. And yeah, I think it's mostly related to the fact that our real-world spaceflight mostly takes place in low Earth orbit, and well, of course, we are sending probes to other celestial bodies, but the most interesting, well, that's also not true, but or human spaceflight or manned spaceflight takes place in low Kerbin orbit, and in this case, yeah, maybe in low Earth orbit, not low Kerbin orbit, and maybe in this case I'm so amazed by flying around Kerbin or entering an orbit around Kerbin and flying to the moon. And speaking of flying to the moon, we are on a good trajectory, so I can now say warp here, and yeah, goodbye Kerbin. It's all the time so amazing to see Kerbin shrink and to get well, this beautiful view back to Kerbin. That's all the time really, really amazing. And here now we are flying to our moon. There's the moon. That's fantastic. All right, here we are. Speaking of the moon, the round-trip probe has just left the sphere of influence of Minmus, and it will take a lot of time for the round-trip probe to get back to Kerbin. But yeah, now we are approaching the moon, and wasn't there even a location I have to measure? Yeah, indeed, there's a location I have to measure, and I think I will fly directly above it, so that's cool. Okay, I like to have a maneuver node here as a marker, and then I like to prepare my capture burn. over here. Alright. 9 kilometers, a bit too low. I like to stay above 10 kilometers, as below 10 kilometers I can do only 10 times time warp, and I really like to have the opportunity to do at least 50 times time warp. Okay, now I can approach the moon, and yes, soon we will fly above the first location. Okay, let's come to a stop. So, okay, I can drag this thing around. It's over here. So we will reach the first location in 5.5 minutes. And orbital sunset. Alright. So, getting closer. Easy. About 1 minute. I hope I can do the first measurement right away. Even before, yeah. Alright, you're entering scientist plate. Okay, now open and oh dear, it's so dark. And log gravity data. Phew, alright, I did it. So, okay, 5.5 science. Alright, I will keep the data, and now I can close the service bay. And indeed, I got the confirmation. You gathered survey data from scientist plate on the moon. Fantastic. Alright. Even before I entered an orbit around the moon, I have done the first measurement. That's fantastic. Okay. So, just a couple of seconds to go. Unfortunately, we are in the shadow of the moon. That's not so interesting. It's really dark out here. Alright, time for the capture burn. Alright, here we go. Okay, we are now in an orbit around the moon. That's fantastic. And stop. Okay, I'm nearly there. So 14 kilometers. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, do I have to land down there? V9M and Alpha and Beta. I have to... at the surface? Yeah, I have to land down there. Okay. Unfortunately, the landing sites are in the shadow. So we have to wait a bit. Reaching this location is quite challenging, I guess. Getting down there could be possible, I guess. If I would do this, then... yeah, I could fly above this location and... I'm not quite sure if I do have enough fuel. I need to see. I think at first I like to land. Yeah, I think it could be easier to land at first. Then maybe I can even enter a trajectory that... or I can leave the landing site with a trajectory that will bring me directly above one of those locations. This would be fantastic. So I could save some more fuel. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's really good. Now, the problem is the landing sites are in the shadow. We can fly above them to really see where we have to land. Well, at least if we can see something, because it's so dark. Yeah, now we should be near the landing sites. It's somewhere down here in this cratered region. But it's really dark and we can't see a thing. So that's bad. Alright. Yeah, I like to land at first, so we can't do so much with that mission right now. I think we will now switch over to the round trip probe, switch to it, and wow, we are still very far from Kerbin. But yeah, I like now to return to Kerbin, so maybe around here it could be, and 1 day and 15 hours could be a good point to end the warp function. Alright, let me do this. Round trip probe is coming home. After 21 days, maybe even after 22 days, the round trip probe will return to Kerbin. That's fantastic. Alright, yeah, here we are. After 22 days and a couple of hours, it will return to Kerbin. That's fantastic. Alright. It looks like we will have a splashdown. That's probably not the worst thing. Alright, that's good. So I think I can close the service bay, and yeah, now we are falling towards Kerbin. That's amazing. Alright. Only 150 kilometers. Okay. So now I think, yeah, I think it's now time to say goodbye to our service module, basically, and to our solar arrays. Alright, thank you for your support. Much appreciated. And goodbye. Alright. So now the round trip probe is about to return. Maybe I should retract. Alright. I hope this thing will work out. I hope really this capsule will survive the re-entry. I'm doing this for the very first time with this configuration, and while the configuration is, I hope we can still check this. Yeah, as you can see, the configuration is quite similar to the configuration I used for the Muon gravity experiment. And in this case, I hope this is now a proof of concept that this thing is really working. And where is my... oh, down there. Down there is my service module. Okay. The heat shield starts to glow. Alright, alright. Now, the round trip probe is coming back home. Oh dear. Alright, down there was my service module. Okay, I think it's working. I think it's... oh, what is down there? Was there my first landing? The name is not indicated, so I don't know. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So many explosions. So many explosions. Alrighty then. And yeah, it's... the round trip probe is coming down with really a high velocity. It's coming down from Minmus, so basically from the edge of Kerbin's sphere of influence. So no wonder that this thing has really a high energy and a lot of energy, as it's now falling back. And it's re-entering the atmosphere of Kerbin. Interesting that the service module is still alive, and alright, yeah, we are indeed using the ablator. Well, that's interesting, that's really interesting. Alright, alright, still experiencing the re-entry effects. Wow. Okay, now we are significantly losing speed. That's good. And this thing is still alive. Wow. That's really a sturdy thing. That's impressive. And okay, we are not having a splashdown. Oh, that's interesting. We are not having a splashdown. Alright, that's cool. And yeah, so apparently it's working. Apparently it's working. That's good. That's really good. So the construction is a success. The construction is a success. Everything seems to have survived. That's good. Alright, how far are we away from Kerbal Space Center? Yeah, we are basically on the opposite side of the planet. Okay, at some point I was thinking about flying over here to the landing site of the round trip probe with my cargo plane in order to grab the thing and to load the thing into my cargo bay to fly it back home to the Kerbal Space Center. But no, this is a little bit too far away. This will take forever to get out here, so I don't think that I will do this. And no, oh, we are definitely back in the atmosphere, and we are slow enough to deploy the parachute, but I think I like to wait a little bit, maybe to 5 kilometers above mean sea level or so. This could be a good altitude to deploy the parachute. And Yeah, we are below 200 meters. Oh, we can see some trees. Okay, let's deploy the chute. That's cool. Okay, round-trip probe is coming home. This was really a long mission, and yeah, after 22 days in space, the round-trip probe is coming home. The round-trip probe orbited Kerbin, the round-trip probe orbited the moon, the round-trip probe orbited Minmus, and now, finally, it's coming home. It's coming home. Alright, the parachute has deployed, and wow. This is now... okay, I think I can use the time warp function, because this will take a long time to really reach the surface. Wow, that's cool. Alright, alright. It's back home. That's fantastic. Okay. Just a little bit. And it's back home. The round-trip probe has returned. Wow, that's cool. Okay, let's recover the vessel and let's find out what we have done with, or what experiments we have stored. Alright, gravity scan while in high space over Minmus, greater flats. Alright, atmospheric pressure scan while in high space over Minmus, temperature scan while in high space over Minmus, and recovery of a vessel returned from orbit around Minmus. Okay, that's cool. And 1,705 kilometers away, 18% value. Alright, alright, but we got some funds back, that's cool. And what is this? We have gathered the first scientific data from Minmus. Well, this is not absolutely true, but alright, alright. Okay, yeah. We are now getting closer to the end of this episode, but I like to return to the moon gravity experiment just to see how we are doing. Alright, it's currently in the shadow of the moon. Fantastic, once again in the shadow of the moon, but... yeah, we have gained nothing. We have gained absolutely nothing. The landing site is still in the shadow of the moon, so we have to wait a little bit longer that we can attempt our landing down there. But that's alright, that's alright. As we are now at the end of this episode, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode. Until then, my name is Abby. See you!